I wish I would have known this driver setup template 30 years ago, because I've been using it over the last couple of years, and it has completely transformed the game for a lot of my senior experienced golfers. And it's got 5 different things to it. And of course, the one magic thing that Arnold Palmer did that can help all of us hit our driver better. So let's get right into it here. Nothing more fun than hitting a nice long high drive. I've got my MaxFit driver right here. So the first thing in the template, number 5, is I want you to have a slightly closed stance, okay? So when I'm sitting here, this is my target line right here, okay? I want my toe line to be slightly closed to that. So as a right-handed golfer, I want my aim to be slightly to the right or slightly closed. Now when you do this, make sure that the club face itself, however, though, stays square to your target line. So my feet or my toe line is slightly closed, but the club face is perfectly square to the target line. Now, why is that important? As we get a little bit older, we don't have the flexibility that we used to have. And so by closing the stance a little bit, that can help us rotate and turn a little bit more, excuse me. So that's number 5. Now, number 4 is ball position. Now this one, it's pretty true for all golfers, but you know who you are. My experienced golfers, we love you out there. Nick, do we like experienced golfers or not? Yes, we love the experienced golfers and we love hearing where you're from, but this tip on ball position is really good for anybody. And that is that we want to tee the ball high and we want to get the ball forward in the stance. So we want that ball to be pretty much off the lead shoulder. So let me go ahead and just take my alignment rod right here, and I'm just going to put it straight back from the golf ball like so. And you can do this with a golf club, but make sure that that ball is positioned up forward in your stance and off your lead heel, okay? Because when the ball is forward in the stance, it makes it easier to hit slightly up on it. And we know through advancements in technology that all things being equal, if I hit up on the golf ball a little bit, I'm going to get more distance. Number 3 has to do with our feet. And this is going to look a little goofy, okay, but hang in there with me. With your feet, I want you to take your toes and I want you to flare them out a little bit. So square, flare it out. Now why would we flare those toes out? All right, well, we know that if we flare the toes out, that increases range of motion in the body. It makes it easier to pivot. It's a lot easier to pivot like this when my toe is flared than if it's square. I can feel that that locks it in. So maybe if your back hurts or your knee hurts, this might be something that might help you out also. Okay, so take the toes and flare them out. That'll help you increase your turn on your backswing and also, of course, increase your turn on the forward swing. Number 2 is shoulder tilt. All right, let's get set in here. Got my toe flare, stance slightly closed, face square to the target. Okay, I got the ball forward. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shoulders and I'm going to tilt them just a little bit. That also sets my shoulders up to swing more from the inside. And as I'm doing that, my shoulders are tilting. Okay, I'm here. They're tilting, but they're also closing just a little bit. Everybody see how they're just kind of closing? Now when they close a little bit, that helps me not only hit up on the golf ball, but it also helps me swing the club from the inside. Okay, let me go ahead and hit one. And I'm going to get to the number 1 thing that I tell everybody has to do with our great friend, legend, Mr. Arnold Palmer. So here we go, toes flared, stance closed, face square, tilt. Oh man, I love this. I love this driver. This MaxVert is super hot. Let me give you the number 1 tip. The one that is the most fun, and I think it helped the most, you probably not have heard, and that is what we call the high handle. Okay, we're going to talk about this in 2 parts, high handle. All right, now part number 1 of the high handle is an address and setup. So when you're set in there, you're going to take the handle and you're going to raise it just a little bit. Everybody see that? So I'm in here, I'm going to raise it just a little bit. Now why is that important? Well, what does it do to my shoulders? It tilts my shoulders. What does it do to my stance and my hips? It closes them a little bit. Everybody see that? So when I raise it, my right side goes down and closes and back. My right side goes down and back, and my lead side goes up. That helps me swing it from the inside. So that lead handle getting a little bit higher can really help. So let me tie that together, and then I want to give you the finish position that has to do with the high handle. So this is the template, the 5 different steps. Here we go. So a little closed, right? Face is square to the target line though, toes are flared. Okay, some tilt a little bit there. High handle. Oh, there it is again. Now when you finish, I also want the high handle. Everybody see that? So when I finish, boom, the handle is high. It's not low and around. It's nice and high. Now that you've learned my driver setup, I want you to check out this next video because it's on Claire and how I changed her setup and I added 20 yards to her drives.